just like that, the snow comes swooping in. I guess it's gonna stick around for a while too, because it looks like there's quite a bit of snow. And with that in mind, what's going on today? I guess this was kind of interesting at first. This was actually good news where I guess the police department, they used a drone to find a lost child, but the build-up story to it was kind of interesting. It says here on Friday, December 16, 2022 at approximately 8:22 p.m., the Freetown Communication Center received a call from a resident who reported that a neighbor covered in blood was at the resident's door. So apparently when they arrived, they found out that the person had been stabbed and they identified who apparently the person was. And with that, it says here, the person fled on foot with their 2-year-old child, and it says police began a search for Duarte and the child. A short time later, a resident alerted police to Duarte's location where she was subsequently taken into custody. However, the 2-year-old child remained unaccounted for. And while they sent out, it seems like a lot of resources, I guess ultimately it was because of the drone. It says at approximately 10:57 p.m., a police drone equipped with a thermal camera located the child in a wooded area, and the operator directed nearby canine officers to her location. Considering the child's prolonged exposure to the rain and cold temperature, she was transported via Lakeville ambulance to a nearby hospital. So ultimately, it seems like everything was okay at the end. Kind of a crazy build-up again, but good use of the tech, I guess, too. And with drones, there's usually a lot of talk about laws, but how about this one was kind of interesting in terms of accusing the EU, like it says here, of breaking international law. It's like, what's this about, huh? It says here, EU breaking international law as Malta hosts drone surveillance sharing coordinates with Libya. The European Union is accused of breaking international law by Frontex conducting aerial surveillance hosted in a hangar at Lucca Airport that is sharing information on migrant boat locations with Libya. Using that information, Libya is in turn pulling would-be asylum seekers back to Libya, where they face the almost certain prospects of detention, degrading treatment, and torture. A drone registered and operated out of Malta by a private company as well as a number of airplanes on behalf of the European Union's border control agency, Frontex, were implicated in human rights abuses by analysis of flight patterns published by Human Rights Watch earlier this week. The drone, as well as 5 airplanes being run out of Malta, and to a far lesser extent, Sicily, have been found to be relaying information on migrant boats leaving Libya to Libyan authorities. So kind of an interesting bit of international disputes, I suppose, with drones. And then I read this, which was actually really interesting. It dealt with Twitter, and apparently one of their new policy changes is to essentially ban people who try to promote themselves to other platforms on this platform, like for example Facebook and so forth. Like, how is this gonna work? This one here, they post in their tweet, it says, "We recognize that many of our users are active on other social media platforms. However, we will no longer allow free promotion of certain social media platforms on Twitter. Specifically, we will remove accounts created solely for the purpose of promoting other social platforms and content that contains links or usernames for the following platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Truth Social, Tribal, Nostro, and Post. We will still allow cross-posting content from any social media platform. Posting links or usernames to social media platforms not listed above are also not in violation of this policy." Wow, how can they do this? That sounds kind of crazy. Imagine that, like someone using Twitter saying, "Oh, visit my, I don't know, site or other social media profiles here." Nope, like you're banned for that, or I guess removed. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Maybe it's being taken out of context, but I was just trying to read in their actual site of their policy as well. And they give examples of, I guess, linking to other sites that would be against their policy. It says here, examples: follow me at username on Instagram, username at mastodon.social, check out my profile on Facebook. So it's kind of interesting. So I guess in that sense, it's more of if you're just posting, I guess, links to your other social media profiles versus if it's an actual, I guess, news or something like that. That's what I'm assuming anyways. But it'll be interesting to see how people react to this. Alright, see you guys later.